This is Little Caesars Thursday Night Lights, presented by the Gomez Law Firm.
Stadium for Little Caesars Thursday Night Lights. It is week 9, and how about this matchup? 7-1 against 7-1, both 5-1 in district play. It's the Southwest Dragons and the John Jay Mustangs with a district title on the line. Good evening, everybody. Don Harris with my broadcast partner, Chuck McIntyre, in the booth with you. And Chuck, when we made this schedule back in May, we knew that this was a possibility for another win next week in a district championship.
It's just how you drew it up, right, Don Harris? I mean, you get to this late in the season, and this is as close to a district championship game as you can possibly have. Look at this. The district standings, the top 14 5A, John Jay and Southwest, both with 7-1 records. This is going to be a fantastic matchup from the two biggest bullies in this league, predominantly over the last decade or so. This has been a fantastic matchup and usually decides the district winner. So, hey, why not do it again tonight?
Dorian Moxley, he's the guy for Southwest. His coach telling us tonight he's the best player on our team, plain and simple.
You know, Don, this guy is the heartbeat of the ball club in a lot of different ways. I mean, he's got speed, he's really electric, but he's also a monster in the classroom, top 10% guy in his class. This is the leader of a very, very, very young Southwest team. They've been good over the last 20 years, we know that, but Dragons, nope, not so much. Not with guys like Dorian Moxley leading the way.
We had John Jay against South San earlier in the year, so we know what Kyle Jackson brings to the table, and he's a San Antonio sports all-star.
Gutierrez earlier this week, and we said, hey, do you want anybody that you have in mind that we didn't feature last time? And he said, nope, because here's what Kyle Jackson has done since last we spoke. He, yes, has gone to MIT for his football visit. That's his dream goal, to get to MIT. And, oh, by the way, the SAT. This dude is a stud. Of course, we'll revisit some of his electric moments during the course of the broadcast tonight, on and off the field.
On Halloween Eve, you know, Gary Schedule Makers has given us a treat. It's a district title on the line. Southwest and Jay, we're back with our Gomez Law Firm keys to the game when we come back.
This is Little Caesars Thursday Night Lights, presented by the Gomez Law Firm.
Welcome back to Ferris Stadium. It's Southwest and John Jay here tonight. As we told you, it's the 14 5A Division I potential district championship game. The winner tonight would still have to win next week. Time for our Gomez Law Firm keys to the game. And Chuck, we start with those Southwest Dragons.
Yeah, Alex Franco and his crew, they want to run the ball tonight. You know the old adage, clock, control the game. They also want to limit the big plays because Jay's quarterback and running back can hurt you. And then Coach Franco really believes that penalties and turnovers, who's ever going to be the cleanest in this ball game is probably going to be the one that wins it.
Here's Coach Alex Franco.
football's a marathon, and we've had our ups and downs during the race, and now it's like the last 100 meters, and neck and neck, and it's a sprint, and find everything you got inside of you for the next couple of days, put your best foot forward, and get after it. So, extra pep to our step today, because no matter what has happened up, you can't beat that.
Gary Gutierrez always seems to have his guys in this similar predicament. What are the keys for the Mustangs?
Yeah, no turnovers. You got to be clean in this game. They want to be able to run the ball just like Southwest does in this ball game. And then Gary really feels like time of possession is going to be the absolute biggest key to this one. He wants to get some stops because the other team ball in possession. The best defensive performance we've seen all year on tape.
John Jay and Southwest. We can't wait to kick it off. When we come back, it will be the national anthem. It's senior night for the Mustangs. Kickoff straight ahead.
Tonight's broadcast of Thursday Night Lights is Plumbing, Rushmax, Mega Furniture, San Antonio Sports, Valero, Absolute Power Electrical Contractors, Christus Children's, Nitsa, Gautier Formal Dresses, The Good Feet Store, Collision Experts of Alamo Heights, South Texas Family Medicine and Urgent Care, Telus Equipment, Ideal Precision, and Monarch Trophy Studio.
It's John Jay and Southwest here at Dub Ferris Stadium, everyone, and we are getting closer to kickoff. Still waiting on the Dragons to come out, and there they are. They are ready for our national anthem. Let's turn it over to our public address announcer.
Now at midfield is the color guard from the 782nd Air Force Junior Reserve Officer Training Corps of John Jay High School. The American flag bearer is Cadet Master Sergeant Cadet Senior Master Sergeant Gabriel Gonzalez. The right flag guard is Cadet Technical Sergeant Alfredo Martinez, and the left flag guard is Cadet Second Lieutenant Ryden Vega. If you have not already done so, please rise and remove your hats to honor America, along with the men and women who have served and are serving in our United States Armed Forces throughout our country and the world. The national anthem for this evening's game will be performed by the John Jay High School Mustang Band under the direction of Frank Foster.
Game Time Weather is sponsored by Beluga Air.
Here we go. It's almost time for kickoff here at Ferris Stadium. Don Harris, Chuck McIntyre with you. Our Beluga Air game time weather, 66 degrees, wind out of the southeast at 4 miles an hour. Chuck, for the first time this season on TNL, we can say it is football weather.
Indeed, and aren't you a little surprised that it's not more windy with the gusts that we've had the last couple of days? It's an absolutely gorgeous night for football. And again, the stakes could not be higher. The winner of this one is going to have the inside track to the 14-5A crown. Both these teams more than likely playoff bound. So let's strap it on, let's tee it up, and about to see a good one here tonight between two quality ball clubs.
Tonight's first half kickoff sponsored by the Good Feet Store. Irvin Rosas gets his foot into it. Back is Ryan Garay and Nehemiah Parson. And this is Garay, and he is down, and he fumbles it. Ball's loose. John Jay says they... We'll see if they marked him down or if they're giving it to the Mustangs. And John Jay has the football on the southwest 8-yard line. What a start for the Mustangs special teams.
Well, we know we're going to see some tricks tonight from John Jay. That's what Gary Gutierrez is all about. And they come up with a big play with no trickery needed, just swarming to the football. And then there's a whole host of Mustangs there ready to scoop up the ball and ultimately come away with a huge turnover to start this ball game.
We thought we were going to see that Dragon offense first. Instead, it will be the Mustangs led by Tajari Wellington. He's the senior all-district performer. And he goes under center on first down. Hands off to Brennan Oliver. Touchdown Mustangs. 2 plays in. The sophomore Brennan Oliver, who starred for these Mustangs on TNL earlier this season. He was our player of the game against South San, and just like that, it's 6-0.
Well, you want to come out and get momentum as quick as you can, but mercy, what a start for these J boys.
Mustangs 2 plays in, up 6-0. Rosas will come in to kick the extra point, or they'll run this swinging gate formation that we saw earlier in the year too. Instead, they run Rosas back out there for the PAT. That kick is up. That kick is good, and the Mustangs lead 7-0.
You talk about playing complementary football, and John Jay showing you how it's done here in the initial moments of this ball game. Turnover on the kick. Next play, they're getting 6.
Brennan Oliver, just a sophomore. He's run for 659 yards and now 7 touchdowns on the season. And we saw his explosive abilities earlier this season. If you're just tuning in, the Mustangs and Dragons both 7-1 on the year, both 5-1 in District 14 5A Division I play, and both with a chance to really take the driver's seat. Both of these teams, whoever wins tonight, should win next week. Nothing's ever guaranteed. Both have a loss to Southwest Legacy, but Legacy has 2 losses in district play. Last week's loss to South San, I think everybody was a shocker to both of these teams for sure.
Yeah, and if you're John Jay, I mean, this is exactly what you were hoping for, because Southwest loves the ball possession game. They love to pound it to get an early turnover and a touchdown. Huge for Jay.
Here's Garay again, and this time he stops short of the 20, just north of the 15. Looks like they'll spot it about the 18-yard line, and now for the first we will see the Southwest offense. They're led by Julius Castillo at quarterback, wears a funny quarterback number. He wears number 32. Alex Rico, their starter, was injured in week 1 early. He led the team down to a scoring drive on the very first series and was hurt on the second series. And so for the rest of the season, we've seen Castillo. He'll sling it out in the flat. That's complete. And a nice gain here on first down. of about 7+ yards. Here's the starters for that Southwest offense. Up front, they're led by 2 all-district captains, Ty Friesenhahn. He's played in the San Antonio Sports All-Star Game, number 66, and Aiden Escobar. Felipe Muniz, is their top receiver. And look out for Dorian Moxley, who we told you about in the pregame. He has 9 touchdowns on the season. Austin Diggs, he's in the backfield.
Look at that ground and pound
And
action, huh?
Austin Diggs with a big gain on first down.
Yeah, if you follow these Southwest Dragons over the last 2 decades, that's what they're all about. The big boys up front. It's old school smash mouth. Got a little taste of that right there.
That was Blaine Chesser, number 41, the fullback. And that's a Rush Max first down. Movement up front. And that play's going nowhere. As we take a look at these John Jay defensive starters, they've also got Kyle Jackson,
5-yard
who we
penalty.
told you about, is a San Antonio Sports All-Star, leading the way in tackles with 73 tackles on the year.
Balderas has already got himself a fumble recovery in this ball game at his linebacker spot, making it happen on special teams too.
So after the penalty, it'll be a first down and 5 for the Dragons. Castillo, hands off, up the middle. That's Moxley. And he's close to the Rush Max first down. In fact, he'll get it and they'll move the chains.
You know, Don, we talked about this Southwest team and how young they are, and really they feel like a lot of their best players are just sophomores, but to be able to flip their season like they did, I mean, you talked about the injury issues that they had at quarterback very early on in the season. To think that they've gone on this run and adapted nicely to what they've got and making sure that their best guys touch the football, I mean, it has really, really been a fantastic season for Coach Franco and his crew, and they ain't done yet.
First and 10, they throw out in the flat. That's dropped. Maury Miles had it and just couldn't hang on. It'll be second down. Many of these guys, including Castillo, will play both ways for Southwest. Moxley rarely comes off the field.
Yeah, they got 2 sport athletes, 3 sport athletes, dudes that play both ways. A lot of talented athletes at both of these programs.
And we've got a new quarterback, is Dre Voss. He's a sophomore. They really like him. He won our play of the week the other week with an outstanding play. Coach Franco says he will be the best running back in the city by the time he's all said and done at Southwest.
Did you see who made the tackle? Our man Kyle Jackson on the play.
The info that you had on Jackson's academics, just phenomenal. What an outstanding young man.
And if you missed our first broadcast with Jay earlier this year, we'll get into what else he's into during the course of the evening.
3rd and long. They'll complete it short of the line to gain. In fact, short of the line of scrimmage. And it'll be 4th down and 9.
Pass completion to Austin Diggs brings up a 4th and 9 for the Dragons.
And looks like they're inclined to punt it away here. Although
Talking
he's
it over,
talking
right?
it over for sure. And he runs the offense back out there. Of course, in this situation, now here comes the punter. It's Jaime Murillo, number 17, who will punt it away. Brennan Oliver, so dangerous back deep. End over end will bounce at the 25 and trickle down right at the 20-yard line. That's where the Mustangs will have it. They lead it 7-0. 7:26 to go here in the first quarter.
No, I know. All right, guys, so I'm here with Chris Vasquez. He's the general manager of Little Caesars. Now, Chris, you guys have some pizza. You even brought Little Caesars.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, we sure are, man. We love we love Thursday Night Lights. We're so proud to be a great sponsor for this great event for our.
You guys have Little Caesars here. What did you bring?
Oh, I brought our delicious stuffed crust today.
It looks amazing.
Our fan favorites, so everybody will love this stuff, especially tomorrow for Halloween. So we'll be hot and ready tomorrow.
Yes, and let's talk real quickly about your customer service there at Little Caesars.
Yes, our customer service is awesome. We love our community. We have plenty of ways for you guys to pick up our product. You can always walk in. You can always drive through. Most of our stores have a drive through, and we do have our app ordering available along with DoorDash.
Wow, well, Chris, I think I'm ready to dig in. Let's do it. Let's do it, Little Caesars. All right, guys, back to you.
All right, thanks. Alondra Luna in this week on Sidelines. She's got I don't think she'll eat the whole piece like Matt would.
I think that's a safe bet.
2nd down and 3 for these John Jay Mustangs. Tajari Wellington whistle blows. And there's a penalty.
False start. Offense, number 79.
Chance for John Jay to really get ahead out in front of this football game, Don. I mean, their defense has been as stingy as anybody's in town all season long. You got to think they get another score here. It might be tough to overcome for Southwest, although obviously we're still plenty early in this ball game.
It'll be 2nd down and about 8. And in the backfield, bringing down Oliver and is big number 33, Gabriel Castoreno, the all-district defensive tackle.
Yeah, let's see what he did. Nothing fancy, just came right up the gut and came unblocked. So obviously some miscommunication up front from John Jay, and 33 did not whiff. That's a huge play, speaking of defense, by the Southwest Dragons.
So it'll be 3rd down, we'll call it 12 for the Mustangs, who send 4 wide. Tajari Wellington runs it inside to Oliver, and he's got nowhere to go as that Southwest defense stands up. 3 or 4 Dragons in on the tackle.
Yeah, including John Aguayos is going to be in our all-star game as well, number 15. Really good defensive end position, just collapsing the line and reading that counter all the way.
So after a early tough start for the Southwest Dragons, their defense holds here. They'll force John Jay to punt it away deep in their own territory. In fact, Urban Rosas should be standing close to about the 4-yard line when he gets the snap here. Almost went over his head. It's a good kick away. Bounces at the 40, but Southwest will have it inside John Jay territory. When we come back, they'll try and even it up. It's John Jay 7, Southwest nothing. First quarter action from Ferris Stadium.
Halftime. All right, guys, so I'm here with attorney Armando Lara. He is with the Gomez Law Firm. It is a pleasure for me to have you here. How do you feel right now?
Oh, I feel amazing. Pleasure to be here as well.
Yeah, so tell us a little bit about how you guys have been serving families for so long.
We specialize in car accidents and also catastrophic incidents as well.
And now, Armando, you're also an athlete yourself. Tell me a little bit of how it feels for you to be supporting local students and, the sport.
I've been an athlete my whole life. I think being an athlete has definitely helped me become who I am today. So the fact that the Gomez Law Firm is able to build the same foundation for our future generation means a lot to me.
And you guys continue to give back to the community, right?
Yes. Whether it be to students of all ages, up to, from high school to law students, to women organizations, to organizations that help the elderly, we give back to the community as much as possible.
Well, Armando, thank you, and keep up the great work. And, guys, I'm going to toss it back to you.
Thanks, Alondra. It is second down and 12. Little swing pass in the flat, complete. And a nice little pickup of about 8 yards there, as Armani Miles was the receiver, and he got up to about the 43.
I was thinking we might need Armando's services with that wreck we had on the first play from scrimmage right there. Ooh, man, John Jay had a host of guys back there to stop that one dead cold. But now looking at 3rd and 5.
Julius Castillo runs in the play from the sideline. And now we have a whistle, and it looks like John Jay wants to take a timeout. Gary Gutierrez wants to talk it over with his guys on 3rd and 5, and we'll take it with them. Big key play for the Dragons when we come back.
All right, guys, so now I'm here with Roger Martinez. He is the manager of Mega Furniture, the #1 store, right?
Yes, the #1 store, San Antonio.
So tell us about the store a little bit for those who aren't familiar with it.
Well, Mega Furniture right now, we're celebrating our 23rd anniversary. We've been in the business for 23 years. In San Antonio, 12 years now. We're just passing it all on to the customers. We're creating opportunities for them if they come in, and they're going to celebrate with us.
Exactly, right? Listen to Roger, guys. And then also you guys have amazing offers, right?
Yes, we do.
Tell us about that.
Well, actually, right now it's our 23rd anniversary sale, but we're coming on to big promotions. Get ready. Promotions are coming. You got to come in, and we'll have that ready for you.
Well, Roger, I think I'm going to have to get your number so I can go and go shop at Mega Furniture.
Definitely.
But, guys, I'm going to go ahead and toss it back to y'all. I'm going to stick around here with Roger a little bit more.
Thanks, Alondra. What a nice pass to Ryan Gary from Castillo in traffic over the defense in between defenders for a rush max first down. They'll swing it out here again. They like that, and this time he busted. It's the third time they've thrown that to Amari Miles. He points for the first down, and they get another rush max first down. And Chuck, I'm impressed with Castillo's arm so far.
Yeah, you know, that's one of those plays you've got to get the ball out quick, and he does. And then look at that, able to split the defenders before they can get there and work left, work right. And Southwest has got a little something going here on this drive.
Again, Castillo was not the quarterback to start the season, but he's done a nice job filling in, leading this team to a goes to Dre Voss, that dynamic sophomore, nowhere to go. The John Jay defense bows up there for a loss. It'll be second and long.
Southwest makes its bones on the ground. There's no secret about that, but we were talking to Coach Franco earlier this week. It's like, hey, tell me about your running back. And he goes, which one? I got 4 of them. So they like a lot of guys that they got back there pounding the rock. And this is what they like to do, man. Control the clock, control the game. And, again, they're really finding a nice little tempo here on this particular drive.
Diggs and the fullback Chesser there now. It's Voss, nowhere to go. And again, that Jay defense comes up big. Angel Flores with the tackle.
Really nice job of the Jay defensive line really stretching this thing out. A lot of window dressing right there on that particular play, but Jay was having none of it. A lot of guys staying in their lanes, able to slide and glide down the sideline.
That's
there to make a play.
Third down, we'll call it 13. Maybe 2 down territory if you can pick up 5 or 6 here. They'll chunk it out into the flat. It's caught for a gain of about 5. I don't know, Chug, you trust your kicker here, or you go for it on 4th down?
Well, Jaden Castellano is the guy that's making that play right there to force Southwest into a decision here. Guess we're about to find out. I mean, the fact that it's not windy out here tonight, and you know, watch both of these kickers before the game, they look pretty good. So, see if we can make this a 7-3 ball game with 17 in on the action.
Jaime Murillo, they'll spot it at the 28. It's a 38-yarder, pretty much straight away from that right hash. But he didn't get it. Just didn't get it clean, and it is no good. So with 4 seconds to go in the first quarter, Jay still leads 7-0. We'll wrap up the first when we come back. We're back at Ferris Stadium. Don Harris, Chuck Migatinick with you. Alondra Luna on the sidelines tonight. Beautiful night for football. Jay leads at 7-0 as we're about to round down the first quarter. Jari Wellington hands off inside to Brennan Oliver. That'll bring the quarter to an end. And it'll be 2nd and 7 as we switch sides.
That was an electric first quarter, I would say.
But by pretty quickly with these running attacks. And some big plays, especially that opening series where there was a fumble on the opening kickoff, and on John Jay's first possession, Oliver went in for a short touchdown run. That's where we stand now. Let's go back down to the sidelines and Alondra Luna.
How's it going, guys? I'm here with Tammy. She is the CEO of Rushmax, and she brought a friend, Rocky. Right, Rocky? But Rushmax is the place to be at, and Tammy's going to tell us all about it. Right, Tammy?
Ingram Mall, 60,000 square feet of family fun, memories, and entertainment.
I love that. I've been to it a few times, and I had so much fun. It's not just for the kids, right?
Oh, we have birthday parties, corporate events, field trips, camps, open for everyone.
And Tammy, why did you guys decide to be a sponsor for TNL?
Just like football games, it's about families coming together, making memories, and that's what we do at the Rushmax.
And you're right about that. And Rocky here is going to take it away with a fun little dance. Take it away, Rocky. Hey.
Go, Rocky. Go, Rocky. Go, Rocky.
Thanks, Alondra. Big gain here for John Jay on 2nd down. In fact, it's good enough for a Mega Furniture first down.
So we've played 5 quarters of football with John Jay, Don. Their defense still has yet to give up a single point.
Unbelievable. Yeah, both of these teams so fundamentally sound with their coaches. A couple of great programs who've been solid playoff contenders for years. Look out, Oliver up the middle, gets upended. Otherwise, he was off to the races. Picks up a good 5 yards. Javion Means went low and knocked him up into the air. Otherwise, I thought Oliver was about to pop that 70.
Yeah, you know, we talked about Oliver earlier this season with Gary Gutierrez. He says he's getting better every week. I mean, you can see how quickly he recognizes those whole apertures. Man, does he shoot up there quick.
Chuck, apertures.
I'm good for about 1 a year, my friend.
Very impressed. Wellington on the keep. Runs over the would-be tackler, and he's got enough for another Mega Furniture first down. How about a collision of the game nominee for the offensive guy?
Yeah, Tajari, you're talking about pad levels on this dude. I don't think you're going to be talking about the quarterback, but ready to take them all on at this point.
Boy, he lowered the boom here at the end of this run. You want to tackle me? Tackle this. First down and 10. Sends 2 wide to the left, including Miles Gutierrez and Jaden Cassiano. Instead, he'll hand to Oliver. Look out, Oliver bouncing it to the outside. He's got the 50. He's brought down there, short of a first down. It'll be 2nd down and 1. But another good game by Oliver, who saw nothing there where it was supposed to and designed to go. Bounced it to the outside.
Luckily, he's got rubber bands for legs, too, because that was a little bit of an awkward tackle. He was able to bounce right back up and get ready for the next play.
$9:30 to go here, second quarter action, 2nd and 1. Looking over there. What a ball. What a throw, what a catch by Wellington. And it's caught by Jaden Cassiano. He too, just a sophomore.
You're not kidding, Don. This was the old frozen rope. Man, that thing was really nice. Look Look at that. Out of his hand. Hot and 13 able to find the ears. Well done, y'all.
Another Mega Furniture first down as Mustangs move it inside Southwest territory, and Jay's got a rhythm here in the second quarter. They lead at 7-0. New set of downs for Wellington. Goes to Oliver. Patient, but nowhere to go. And again, the Southwest front doing a good job coming up, including Luis Alba, the linebacker, one of the first ones there.
Yeah, a host of many that time for Southwest, living on the other end of the line of scrimmage there. And probably 2 or 3 guys are going to get credited for a tackle for loss.
Gabriel. Second down and 12 for Wellington and his Mustang offense. You'll get the play from Gutierrez with trips to his right, and now a timeout as Gutierrez wants to talk about it with his guys. We'll take it. John Jay with a 2nd and 12. We're in the second quarter at Ferris Stadium when we come back. It's second down and 11 for Tajari Wellington. As you take a look at those senior night cheerleaders. Big night for them, big night for all the seniors. Congratulations to all. Wellington looking deep, got a man down there wide open and just overshot his intended receiver, Jaden Cassiano. Oh, had him.
Don, before they called timeout, you could see that Tajari was really, really upset. I think the way that Southwest, the look that they were showing on defense, he thought they had a chance to hit a home run ball, and he almost got his second chance at that one.
Had him right there. Look at our Gautier formal dresses band cam. Can't wait to see those bands perform at halftime. Third down and 11. Trips left. Oliver behind him. Look, a little option to the right. They pitch it to Oliver. He tries to get to the corner and does. A flag flies, and we're going to have, I think, an illegal block.
Ball game, you have 3rd and 11, and I mean Southwest is conceding nothing.
10-yard penalty.
You're up there pressing
Third down.
receivers, and you're going to have to earn every bit of this one tonight.
Mustangs are going to be backed up here as they've got a hold on Cassiano. And it'll be 3rd down and 20.
Surely you have to play off a little bit here, huh?
Well, you had Cassiano flying down the sideline. They'll go back to that at some point. He's going to go to the top of your screen one-on-one, but it's press coverage there. And Instead, they'll run Oliver back towards the middle, and he'll only pick up about 5. It'll be 4th down and a country mile. And I would expect Jay to kind of just pooch it here and flip the field.
Yeah, that's discretion being the better part of valor here. You got the lead. Your defense hasn't given up much, if anything, all year long. And what's the old John Madden saying, right? You wouldn't have to go for it on 4th down if you'd have made it on 3rd down.
That's right. He'd say it in much simpler terms, right? I'll show you. I'm not going to do it, man. I don't do it, man.
Well, you can always break it out tonight, man. We're winding down the season.
I don't do it, man. It would be embarrassing. Now we have a whistle stopping play and a delay again on Jay.
5-yard penalty. 4th down.
So they'll just back it up a little further.
Yeah, they had 11 guys on the field. They were trying to give a little bit of a look. It looked like as if they had an extra man on the field to see if they could get Southwest to do something not within the rules, but it didn't happen.
Urban Rosas, the punter. This one will bounce at the 15, take a J roll and go inside the 10 to about the 8. So Southwest will have their hands full when we come back, trailing 7-0. First and 10 from the 9 for Castellanos and the Dragons. They run it right up the middle. And a nice big gain for another Mega Furniture first down. And that's one of those 4 running backs you were talking about, Chuck. That's Austin Diggs, the senior. He was all district a year ago.
Physical runner and 6'1". Man's a load. Another one of those guys that plays on both ends of the football there. I'll see that quite a bit for these Southwest Dragons, but yeah, they're very, very excited, Coach Franco and crew, about the fact that they've got a whole stable full of guys that they feel perfectly comfortable handing the rock to.
They'll hand it off again, and again it's Diggs, and again he's got a nice gain, almost has another first down. He's got 9, they'll be a yard short.
He wanted another tote.
Running with a lot of inspiration, trying to give him a boost. Down 7-0. Another inside handoff and another good gain. Nobody wants to be the one to give. Moxley and Angel Flores playing through the whistle.
just grab onto anything when Moxley's got the ball. And look at that. Guy's still churning and burning. And we got us a good old-fashioned stalemate at the 35-yard line.
This game flying by. 4:30 to go here in the second quarter. Clean played game. Penalty-wise, it's a Mega Furniture first down for the Dragons. There's that swing pass out into the flat again. This time to Javion Means, and he picks up only a couple. It'll be second down in about 7, maybe 6.
You get the idea what these Southwest Dragons are all about, right? On offense. A little of this, a little of that. We maintain the ball. We smash you along the way, but we get 3 or 4 yards a pop. And next thing you know, we're getting on down the field. So really quite interesting to behold.
We'll run it here on first down. I believe that was Dre Voss, the sophomore, for about a yard.
And if you go to sleep, that's when they hit you over the top. They have that capability too. So you're Coach Gutierrez and your talented defense. You got to be on the lookout for anything. And quite frankly, I don't think they need to be hearing from me about how to do their job. I mean, this Jays defense has been impressive all year long.
So it'll be third down and about 7.
3rd and 6.
We'll call it 6 for Julius Castillo. He rolls, fires, and incomplete. He was expecting his receiver to go on upfield.
Well, they had what they wanted right there, Don. I mean, Jay was coming on a jailbreak from both sides, and really good job there stepping up into the blitz, firing on the run, just a little too hot and got a little bit off kilter there was Julius Castillo with his feet.
Paxton Wade, the intended receiver. Instead, it'll set up 4th down, and they run out Jaime Murillo, the punter. Back deep, Cassiano. And he'll let it go right past him. And a good roll for Southwest, still going. Inside the 10. Down to the 9-yard line. Nice punt. Hey, TNL teams that are making a difference in our communities with the Beyond the Game, Sports, and Valero.
Beyond the Game is an initiative that works with all area school districts to encourage high school and middle school teams and individuals to make a difference within their student population and serve our community. We know that students who participate in team sports are setting the foundation for their future in the workplace by learning teamwork, unselfishness, and respect. This program teams and individuals for working together to make a difference in our community.
The principles of integrity, respect, teamwork, excellence, and community service are central to Valero's culture. We are excited to team up with Beyond the Game to honor students who are dedicated to making meaningful contributions on and off the field.
Having Valero as a teammate for Beyond the Game will help this program continue to positively impact more teams, coaches, and families. Teams will be recognized in the San Antonio High School All-Star Football Game in the Alamo Dome. If you want to nominate, you can visit sanantoniosports.org to learn more about the program and nominate teams and individuals today.
Our thanks to Jenny Carnes and Valero for the Beyond the Game program. We spotlight it every weekend on our sports shows. It's just a fantastic program. And since we're out here at Northside at Ferris Stadium, we would give our shout out to the former athletic director, Stan Lang, who was instrumental in implementing Beyond the Game. And what it's done to our entire community has been transformational for so many kids and programs.
Yeah, inspiration of a couple of old guys up in the booth too, right? To see what all these kids around town and around the area, what they're doing in their spare time to lift up others in the community, whether it's at the food bank or even reading to kids or helping them with the carpool situation. I mean, it's just really, really inspiring what these young people are doing all around town. 2nd down and 1 for the Mustangs.
Getting close to the 2-minute timeout here on the first half. Here's Oliver. He spun down and took a shot at the end of that by Dre Voss, the other young sophomore running back, playing defense there on first down.
Yeah, Means was in there as well, number 1. Another guy that goes on both sides of the field at wide receiver, and he's going to bring a load. Got really good size there, too, for a big defensive back.
And that's the 2-minute timeout here in the first half. 2 minutes to go, and we're back in 15 seconds.
At Brazilian Top Team San Antonio, our kids and teen classes build more than strength. From anti-bullying to mental resilience, your child becomes part of a community that lifts them up. Sign up today for a free trial class at bttsa.com.
We'll see how John Jay strategizes this. Their 2-minute offense. I tell you what, Gary Gutierrez minds in town. We saw the swinging gate formation the entire first half against South San. I was talking to Alex Franco, the head coach of Southwest, before the game, and I said, "Are you expecting that swinging gate?" He said, "I tell you what," he goes, "I've played against Gary enough to know you never know what to expect, but you always expect at least 2 trick plays minimum every game." We haven't seen one yet, so we'll see.
Yeah, that was something else, right? Usually that's a show-me play, right? You show the swinging gate, and everybody goes, "Ooh, and look what they're doing." But I've never seen in my life anybody run that as much as they ran it on offense, and paid huge dividends.
It was their main formation for a half. It was incredible. All right, first down and 10. They have trips over here. Here's a little bubble. They complete it. Southwest stays at home, but check this out. Still on his feet, breaking free to the 40. Showing speed. Will they catch it? They won't. Touchdown, John Jay Mustangs. That's the coach's son, Miles Gutierrez.
That's a football play right there, and a man with some speed.
He never gave up on that. Right here, it looks like Southwest has it bottled up. But Miles just kept trying to find some daylight and did. Got a little nice interference from Oliver. And now the Mustangs run out in the swinging gate for the extra point. Now they bring on the traditional formation.
Well, you got to love a play like that, right? It's just one guy against the whole defense, and then you're right. He got some help. That was a great hustle play down there to help spring him there to maybe the last 20 or so yards, but I don't know, man. He might be faster than his brother.
Offense.
His brother's pretty darn
5-yard
fast.
penalty. We'll repeat the try.
He's still breathing hard, but you can't blame him. Miles, just a sophomore. Big brother's playing for the Naval Academy. Here's the extra point for Irvin Rosas from the hash and right down the middle. And the Mustangs lead it 14-0. 1:42 to go here in the first half. Here's another look at it, and just determination. And then, as you said, just turning on the jets.
So you can see, right, you're going to have a lot of your kids that play like your coach, and you got DNA involved. I mean, this football's in this guy's DNA for sure. I mean, grown up around the game his whole life. Talked about his dad being an offensive wizard. Talked about how tough and resilient this program is and how dominant they've been the last 5 years or so. Just an amazing play, and to think that we're going to be watching this guy play for the next couple years too. What a treat.
Hey, during the fourth quarter of tonight's game, we'll be highlighting the school bus stop of the game presented by NHTSA. The law in every state requires drivers to always stop for a school bus when the stop arm is out and the red lights are flashing. Paid for by NHTSA. Here's the kick. It'll be brought in by Gary at the 10. He's got some room. He breaks it to the outside, gets to the 35 where he's slung down by Miles Gutierrez, the same young man that scored the touchdown.
Well, Miles doing a really good job there because that looked like I had broken field running all over, and he did a overcommitting too soon, and Jay was very fortunate. Their last line of defense was able to stop that thing from really going the distance.
Coming up, it's the DH Plumbing halftime show. Don't miss both bands, our Scholar Athletes of the Week and more. That's all coming up on the DH Plumbing halftime show in just about a minute and a half. So Southwest Dragons in a bit of a hole here. Interested to see what they do offensively. As you take a look at our Gautier Formal Dresses band cam, there's the Dragon Band ready for their big performance, all decked out in their best uni. There's Moxley on first down. He'll run back to the huddle quickly. They're going fast with 1:22 and counting.
Great job up front by the Southwest offensive line with Olaf Martinez and company. And even better running by Moxley, too, to hit that hole as quick as he did.
Here he goes again, hits that hole, and goes forward for a Mega Furniture first down. And Southwest will take their first timeout of the half there. We talk it over. Chuck, we're getting down near the end of the year, but we've had some great plays this year and over the years. Let's flash back to 2021. Huerta in the backfield. They hand to him. Huerta to the 2. Dives in. Did he get there? Touchdown, John Jay. Zadrian Huerta went all Superman, and he had enough to cross the goal line.
Superman say, oh, look at this. We talked about this young man being a shot putter on the track team. They want to go out for a high jump, too.
For him, Zadrian Huerta, he's playing over at Trinity University, throwing the shot put over there, playing football, and playing well.
Yeah, Trinity Tigers pretty much run the table this year again, just with one loss, and all of the San Antonio guys that they got on their team are the ones doing the heavy damage.
That's right. The locals staying home. Speaking of staying home, how about that play by Victor Baldwin? Wasn't fooled by the counter coming the other way. Stayed at home and made the tackle. That ball is almost picked off. Instead, it's complete. Julius Castillo with a dart.
I'll tell you what, Don, that number 6, Balderas, that kid has been all over the field tonight. He had the fumble recovery to start the ball game. He darn near blocked the punt on the last possession, and he darn near had a pick right there.
Yeah, closed on it fast. I thought he had a pick 6 there. Instead, it's 3rd down and 2. Great ball by Castillo. They'll hand it to Moxley. He's got the first down, a Mega Furniture first down with 30 seconds to go. They'll stop the clock to move the chains. And they'll also take a timeout. And that gives us time to talk about the Christus Children's Band Grant. The $5,000 band grant goes to one of the bands that we have on TNO all season long. To vote for your favorite TNO band, just scan the QR code right there. You must be 18 and reside within the contest area. Again, one of the bands that performs this year will get the $5,000 band grant. It's 30 seconds here in the first half. Jay leading at 14-0. They scored early, and Southwest kind of turned it into a defensive battle the rest of the first half until that big play by Miles Gutierrez.
Yeah, miles to go before he sleeps, right? That was a heck of a play.
Miles and miles and miles and miles. Castillo under pressure, took a shot as he let it go, and that ball is incomplete. Two guys down there battling for it. I'm wondering to see if Castillo's okay because he took a shot right as he delivered it.
Yeah, you hit that kid, though, you're probably going to take the worst of it, man. He's a thicker. So the best part about that to me from Jay was, for Southwest, they did an outstanding job of picking up that blitz, and you can't say enough about the job Castillo did hanging in there last possible second. We got a 50-50 here. 23 seconds left, one timeout left for the Southwest Dragons as they try to get a strike before the half.
Yeah, he gave his man the opportunity to catch the football. And another good play by that John Jay, number 8, who's been all over the place, including that last hit on the quarterback, Angel Flores. Flag down. And it looks like it's going against Southwest.
Yeah, Flores doing an outstanding job, as all these J guys are on defense. I mean, that right there, that's a play you think the other team, the defense, John Jay, is going to be not defensively sound and stay in their lane.
Holding. Offense, number 55. 10-yard penalty. Remains second down.
8 stayed right at home and came up with a huge stop there on second down.
So they'll call the hold. And that'll back them up. Second down and 20. For Julius Castillo, the junior stepping in nicely for his team and leading them to a 7-1 record after being pressed into action when Alex Rico went down on the second series of week 1. They'll just let the clock run out, and that'll take us to halftime. The John Jay Mustangs lead it 14-0 over the Southwest Dragons. When we come back, we'll have our DH Plumbing halftime show. Hear from both bands and our scholar athletes.
Tonight's broadcast of Thursday Night Lights is sponsored by Little Caesars, the Gomez Law Firm, Beluga Air, DH Plumbing, Rushmax, Mega Furniture, San Antonio Sports, Valero, Absolute Power Electrical Contractors, Christus Children's, NHTSA, Gautier Formal Dresses, The Good Feet Store, Collision Experts of Alamo Heights, South Texas Family Medicine and Urgent Care, TELUS Equipment, Ideal Precision Roofing, Brazil, and Monarch Trophy Studio.
This year's officer line includes Social Vice President Elia Chavez, Social President Jay Soto, Spirit Lieutenant Colonel Andrew Garza, Spirit Colonel Juliana Stutter, Lieutenant Joseph Herrera, Co-Captain Sidney Sappy, and the 25-26 captains, Daniela Ariano. This year, the Dragon Pride dancers turned 40, so officers are wearing uniforms for the past to honor the DFD history. This game's uniforms are from 2010. This game's stand sweetheart is junior Janessa Santos. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy the Dragon Fire dancers as they take pride in bringing the fire back to halftime.
Welcome to the DH Plumbing Halftime Report.
We're at halftime at Ferris Stadium. John Jay leads Southwest 14-0. Welcome to the DH Plumbing Halftime Show. The Southwest High School Marching Band is on the field first. Earlier this week, we talked with their longtime band director. Take a listen.
My name is Natalie Ball. I'm the director of bands here at Southwest High School. I'm in my 18th year of teaching here, and I'm a graduate of Southwest High School. This year, we're right at around 150 students in our program. We have a whole bunch of freshmen and sophomores, which of course bodes well for the future as we grow. We're excited for all of the progress they've made. So our show this year, the title of it is Dark Dreams, A Night Divided. And the intent is that it kind of takes you on sounds like you're having a nightmare, and then things turn happy and we got some good dreams going on, and then it kind of ends kind of in that dark mode again. And it's lots of fun music, lots of stuff. It ranges from classical music from John Mackey all the way to Billy Joel. It's been an exciting journey this year. So we started our competitive season back on September 27th, and we've had a contest almost every Saturday, and this will be our final one at Area this coming Saturday. We have a great team here at Southwest. Of course, I'm the head director here, but my two assistant directors, Danica White and Miguel Aguiar, they're both instrumental in our success, and no pun intended there. They both do so much to help the program. We have an amazing percussion instructor, Corey Sales, who works diligently with all of our percussion students. And then we have a new color guard director this year, Adam Manshot, and he has done wonderful things with our color guard program just in the couple months he's been with us. In addition to our staff, we have an who helps us move things from point A to point B. They make sure the kids are fed, make sure they have everything they need, and we couldn't do any of this without them. And of course, there's always campus and district level admin that help us to supplement what we need, and make sure the kids have what they need academically.
All right, congratulations to the Southwest Band. It's time to vote for the Christus Children's $5,000 band grant. To vote for the Southwest Marching Band, scan the QR code on your screen now. You must be 18 and live in our viewing area. middle and high school athletes are community. San Antonio Sports and Valero are shining a light on teams and individuals who model key values through their actions. This week, we salute 2 schools whose community projects demonstrate beyond. Athletes came together for a Converse Community Revitalization Project. They worked side by side to repaint fire hydrants, railings, swing sets, and even the City Hall railing. Their efforts not only brightened the city, but also provided a cost savings, allowing those funds to be reinvested into other community projects. Brennan High School Cross Country hosted the 2nd annual Coach Ortiz Geo Sunrise Memorial Run, honoring the legacy of their beloved coach. The run brought together athletes, families, coaches, and staff to celebrate Coach Ortiz's dedication, leadership, and care for student athletes. These athletes demonstrated the beyond the game values of integrity, respect, teamwork, excellence, and community service.
You're watching the DH Plumbing Halftime Report.
Welcome back to the DH Plumbing Halftime Show. John Jay leads Southwest 14-0 here on Little Caesar Thursday Night Lights. A fantastic performance by the Southwest Marching Band. It is time for our Beluga Air Scholar Athletes of the Week. At the end of the year, Beluga Air will present a $10,000 scholarship to one of the students that we, as always, introduces us to this week's Scholar Athletes.
Caitlin Staten is really good at a lot of things at Jay High School, but one thing stands out, or in her case, flips out.
What's the best thing you do?
Probably cheerleading.
Yeah?
Yes, I'm very passionate about it.
The two-time captain got hooked on cheer in the 3rd grade. It's not what she does, it's who she is, which is an athlete.
We do a lot of physical work, and I think a lot of people just don't realize that, especially at football games. Like, for me personally, because I tumble half the field, and then we'll go back and we'll still stunt. And I think a lot of people just take it as, oh, we're just standing and cheering, but we do a lot more.
Caitlin, say it. You're working harder than those football players.
We are.
She hopes to cheer at UT and pursue a degree in aerospace engineering. Very doable, because she's got a 3.8 GPA in Jay's Science and Engineering Academy. Her career goal is to put astronauts on Mars.
My 4th grade teacher, she really sparked it. She told us that we'd be like the first people to go to Mars, like our generation. So that just really, like, I was like, dang, like, I want to do that. I want to get to Mars. I want to, make it habitable. I want to be able to send people there and, like, them live there temporarily. It's just always something that I've just found so interesting.
Southwest High School's Seth Griffin knows exactly what he wants out of life.
brothers. Pilot in the Navy. The second one, he's a nuclear reactor operator on a submarine. The third brother is at the Naval Academy. And my fourth brother is in college right now on an NROTC scholarship, and he wants to go into the SEALs. Just like the pride that comes with being a United States Marine, as saying like you're trying to be the best of the best, you're always giving your all, and everyone around you is doing the same. That was very attractive to me, as like this is something that I can dedicate my life to.
He's gifted when it comes to school. He's got a 4.4 GPA and is on track to be valedictorian.
Everyone in my family was always being pushed to be the best. My parents were very good about that. They always pushed us a lot. I'm very grateful for them for that.
What's more impressive to you, the Commended National Merit Scholar or the AP Scholar with distinction?
I have to say the AP. I've only taken 2 AP classes. Every other test I had to study for on my own. And I went on and aced them all. And I am extremely proud of that.
He's also crazy good at running, earning all district honors in cross country. He says the key isn't your legs, it's your mind. And he's pretty good there.
Once you get that thought in your brain that you want to quit, it's game over. If you can't get yourself out of it, it's game over. So you have to really fight to avoid that for as long as possible.
You're watching the DH Plumbing Halftime Report.
Welcome back to the DH Plumbing Halftime Show. It's 14-0. John Jay over the Southwest Dragons here at the half. And as we told you earlier, it's senior night for John Jay, so their marching band will not perform tonight. Instead, they are recognizing some of the outstanding students from the band and from athletic programs. But we did talk to their band director to find out about this year's squad. Take a listen.
Frank Foster, been a head band director now for about 15 years, been teaching for 28 years. And this is my 7th year at Jay. We are recognizing our seniors through dance, cheer, and then, of course, band. And since we're recognizing our seniors and all the hard work they've put in these last 4 years, we are a program that is kind of rebuilding. We're about a 100-piece band right now. Some great talented kids, but we are very, very young. We are building the program up. We are going to be competing at the area marching contest this Saturday at Rutledge to see who advances to state. We did get superior that doesn't even tell the whole story, how much this band has grown, not as just players, but just as people, and how much they've grown up, and how much they've taken in something they weren't sure about if they wanted to do and made it their own. And so we're really excited about what the future of this program could be in the next year or 2 or 3, just because of what we have already started here. And our show is entitled Things That Go Pop, like balloons, fireworks, bubbles, things of that nature. The kids have had a really great time working on this show. I do need to thank some people. First, my staff, starting with Luis Ramos. He's our percussion instructor, but has been a right-hand man when it comes to a lot of things that we do with our program. We also have a young director that's going to be a fantastic head director down the road with Justin Lum. He was a big help with helping me design the show, teach concepts, things of that nature. We also have a semi-new color guard instructor named Austin Singler that is watching these guys do what they do has been amazing, and where they started. Of course, I need to thank my fine arts coordinator, John Dominguez, for all the support and help and everything he's done for us. Also, we've had some clinicians that have come in to guide the kids, starting with James Mashoka, Ben Chasen, and we even had directors from Northside come in and help us out, like Alejandro Jaime, come and help with our program, and that has been a big help with the growth of the band. Of course, Ms. Cuellar, our principal, has been fantastic with us, and the support we get from her has been just incredible. And I feel very blessed with the people that have been able to assist me and help me build this program. And that's why I think John Jay, in the next few years, is really going to turn some heads.
All right, congratulations to the John Jay Band, and for all these young people that are being recognized tonight. It's time to vote for the Christus Children $5,000 band grant. To vote for the Jay High School Marching Band, scan the QR code on your screen. Again, you got to be 18 and over and live in our viewing area. And again, thanks to Christus Children's for sponsoring this year's $5,000 band grant.
Duarte Limon, escorted by his parents Renee and Blanca Limon. He has been in band for 4 years and is the color guard captain.
You're watching the DH Plumbing Halftime Report.
Welcome back. It's the DH Plumbing halftime show here at Ferris Stadium. It's the big district championship showdown between John Jay and Southwest. The Mustangs lead it 14-0 at the half. Let's show you how we got here. It happened on the very opening kickoff when Southwest coughed it up. The Mustangs were there to capitalize. They jumped on it, and on their very first play of the game on offense, they got a touchdown from Brendan Oliver. That made it 7-0 John Jay, and it stayed that way until the second quarter when they got another touchdown, this time from Miles Gutierrez, the coach's son, going over the middle, and Chuck, he would not be denied.
No, we said it, miles to go before he sleeps. Miles to go before he sleeps.
Touchdown Mustangs. They led it 14-0. That turned out to be the score at halftime. They're honoring all the seniors here tonight for the Mustangs. When we come back, we'll have second half action. The Dragons and Mustangs taking the field. We're back with the second half kickoff after this.
The best Thursday night lights and Friday night rivals highlights from across the country.
He's going to heave it deep right down the middle of the field and going up to get the football. Did he come down with the football?
Yes,
he did.
Sir.
What a catch right there from Kaleem Taylor.
Alan Moore with pressure on the backside. This whoop. That ball's in the ground and picked up. This is going to be a scoop and score. Jaden Mill out. Outlaw Casa.
Downfield, intercepted. It's going to be picked off by Holmes. Here he comes to the near side, and Holmes trying to pick up blocks. Cuts it back the other way. Holmes still on his...
Fade to the end zone, trying to make the one-handed catch. Tremendous effort over there by Isaiah Ivey. Call it a touchdown.
That was 4th and 10. Chased out of the pocket. Launches it down the field. And it is caught. It's a touchdown.
Oh, my goodness.
What
in the world? Playmaking ability from Fort.
Beachy to the end zone. Touchdown!
Oh my goodness.
The final play of the game. What a moment.
Got your way. QB sneak wins the game. That's a fitting end of the season, don't you think?
All of the emotions.
They're storming the field in Omaha, Nebraska. And they're storming the field here at Ferris Stadium. The Southwest Dragons are as they run on for second half action. We take a look at the halftime statistics. Southwest very much in the statistical battle, but it was that big turnover, Chuck, that really is the difference, along with the big explosive by Miles Gutierrez.
And again, hats off to the John Jay defense. I mean, this is the second time we've seen this year with our own two eyes how stout their defense is. They yield next to nothing. The fact that you could play a whole first half of football against a team that runs the ball as well as the Southwest Dragons and to hold them to 104 total yards in a half of football, salute.
John Jay will have the ball first here in the second half as we get ready for the Good Feet Store kickoff.
Well, that Southwest Dragon is very imposing. You got to bring that over to
I tell you what,
Six Flags and use that at their haunted house, man.
The inflatables these days, man, for these runouts. You and I used to take those old big pieces of paper with that giant, what kind of paint was that?
I'm not really sure. They would never let me get anywhere near that kind of stuff, man. I'm the kind of guy, like, I still can't even color between the lines, dude.
It was sloppy and had the art students help draw the basics of it, and then they'd get the rest of us to help paint it, tape it all together.
There was usually something inflammatory.
Oh yeah,
that was.
You'd have to get the faculty. You'd have to get the faculty to sign off on whatever you're saying was going to be, and it was. If you had some really smart kids in your class, it could be very, very creative, and so creative that we got the joke, but the teachers didn't, and then the rest of the people in the stands couldn't believe that they got away with a banner that said what it said.
Yes, to Mr. Watts' point, the age before memes and the age before the internet.
And cameras everywhere and a little squib kick there. You know, we were talking about this with Beyond the Game, that when you go to these schools now and when you see what these kids do on campus and on other campuses, they're so much better kids than we were, right? There's not the cliques and the bullies where you had the football guys that would pick on the school to be friendly to the kids that, you know, were struggling to connect to people. And that's what I think is so beautiful about that Beyond the Game. You go to these campuses, you see the coolest kid on campus putting his arms around the kid that is having a hard time fitting in, and all of those kind of things. And it's like I said, they're better.
It warms
Evolution.
your heart. Yeah, and the coaches and the leagues are all good buddies and look out for one another and do a really good job of hyping their own district. And yeah, it's a different time, and we're definitely better for it.
Here's Brent Oliver on first down, still on his feet, struggling for about 4 or 5. Southwest is going to try to claw back into this football game.
You see the immovable object and the irresistible force right there. Really good, strong run to start the second half for John Jay. And again, with as well as their defense is playing, you get the feeling if they get another punch, it's going to be awfully hard for Southwest to claw their way back into this football game.
Just the way their defense is playing. It's 2nd down and 3 after a pickup of 7. As Oliver just kept grinding for more yardage while still on his feet. They'll go to him again. He's going to bounce it, try to anyway. And he'll dive forward for about a yard. It'll be 3rd down. Now they'll move the chains. He got it.
Brennan Oliver with the first down carry.
So now giving Southwest a taste of their own medicine, right? Just going to ground and pound, work on the clock a little bit, see if we can get 3 or 4 yards of carry. Move the ball down the field. See how much we can whittle away from this second half. And that's about as quick a first half as you could possibly play. It's a good thing we had a long halftime show here on senior night here to stretch things out a bit.
It's a rush max first down for Wellington. He swings it over here to the near side, and it's caught for a gain past the 50-yard line. That's Samuel Mann, the junior, on the reception, a gain of about 2. And Mann comes up limping. 5'5", 130-pound junior. Coach Gutierrez helping him off. Twisted that ankle.
It'll give us a chance to talk about Tajari Wellington, the Jay quarterback, and really how efficient he's been. You know, obviously Jay's going to make their bones running the ball as well, but Tajari came into this game completing 70% of his passes, and already tonight he's 4 of 5, and he's hit one on a home run.
He'll put it on the ground here, and he got back on top of it to avoid a catastrophe there. I think there was some miscommunication on the zone read. The option there with Oliver.
I jinxed him.
Well, he didn't attempt to pass it incomplete. So.
Yeah, I mean, you could just tell this guy's in complete control of what they want to do here at Jay. I mean, he's closing in on, I don't know, 20 career starts, and really got his feet wet last year, and really he's got John Jay humming so far this season.
Was watching him pregame, and he really takes his job seriously, his preparation with Coach Gutierrez. He was zoned in. And there's a pre-snap movement. Looks like it's going to be a false start on the Mustangs.
False start. Offense, number 68. 5-yard penalty.
So that'll back him up 5. It'll be 3rd and about 14.
Yeah, so you come out with a few running plays and you get a first down and you look like you're humming, and then all of a sudden you put the ball on the ground, you get a false start. Now here we are in 3rd and long.
Call it 3rd and 13 as Tajari Wellington looks to the near side. Straight drop, goes over the middle, got a man there, but good coverage. Javion Means was running stride for stride with the intended receiver. And had good coverage on the play. No real lane to throw and catch, and he knocked it down.
Well, that's a big, tall, lanky wide receiver / DB, and put his wide receiver skills to work right there, running stride for stride with the other team's wide receiver, and did a great job of clogging that one up for sure.
So Irvin Rosas will come on to punt it away for the Mustangs. Ryan Garay back deep to receive it. And he'll watch it bounce and decide not to try and field it. So it'll go inside the 20 down to about the 15-yard line. And that's where Southwest has it for the first time when we come back down 14-0.
Closed captioning for tonight's game is sponsored by TELUS Equipment.
It's 14-0 here at Ferris Stadium. The Southwest Dragons with the football. Julius Castillo, the quarterback, turns and hands off to Moxley. Tries to get to the outside, but the John Jay defense stays home. Makes a nice tackle there on first down. Pickup of about 3. It'll be second down and 7.
Oh, man, Kyle Jackson fighting through a load of Southwest blockers there to come in and make the play.
Got a player profile on Ty Friesenhahn, the big left tackle that you're watching block for Moxley. This guy's a San Antonio Sports All-Star. He is legit. He's a team captain, and he's also a regional qualifier in the shot and the discus. And here's Moxley right up the middle. He pops one across the 35 near the 40, and then a late penalty flag comes in. They may have gotten a late face mask to add 15 yards onto this. But there you see the explosive running ability.
Getting back to Friesenhahn, Don, as you called your shot right there.
Automatic first down.
It was a real treat listening to what kind of kid we're talking about here. They say he's the nicest / nastiest kid you'd ever want to meet. On the football field, you're going to get Mr. Nasty, and off the field, you're going to get Mr. Nice Guy. But man, Southwest, as we look at Moxley's great finish here to this run, they feel like, Don, they got 2 or 3 guys on that offensive line that are sitting on the bench that could play. That's how deep they are up front.
Well, they've got some new life here in the third quarter as they're moved across midfield. It's a rush max first down. They'll dive the fullback, but he's going nowhere as the John Jay front holds. And Victor Baldwin right there to make the first contact.
Yeah, and Ivan Molina, 95, helped to finish that one off too. Great quick twitch there right off the snap to stop that one stone cold.
So it'll be second down and 10 as they got back to the original line of scrimmage. Big key drive for the Dragons here to get back in this ball game. Not a lot of possessions left the way Jay runs the ball and runs the clock. They've been running that all night. They completed again. Ball's on the ground by the Jay Mustangs.
Jaden Cassiano was the guy, the sophomore, that came up with the football. I didn't see who got the "let me see you" stripped. Let's take a look.
They definitely completed it to Means, and then I think it's the same guy.
Sure looked like
Cassiano with the strip and the recovery.
My ball, my shot. Sure enough, got a little chicken wing in there and there to scoop it up himself. See if he drives the bus home. He's doing everything else tonight.
Well, he's lining up at wide receiver. It's a rush max first down. Straight drop going deep. Down the sideline, got a man.
Oh, what a dime.
And it's completed. Nice catch right there on the sideline. That's Danny Orozco. Just an absolute dime, as you said, partner, from Tajari Wellington, who is as accurate as described.
Just standing in there tall in the pocket, sets his feet and let it rip with the dime on time. That was a pretty one.
Not sure he got that foot down, but no replay in high school football, so it counts. They're in the absolute power red zone. And this time, Wellington keeps. Wellington's going to score. Touchdown, John Jay to Jari Wellington. And the Mustangs have taken a 20-0 lead.
We're watching the brilliance of Tajari Wellington here tonight. Both with his arm, doesn't throw it much, but when he does, it's usually completed. And how he gets everybody where they need to be. Makes some calls at the line of scrimmage. This one's just a little rip and read. Got a little help from his receiver there, Miles. Little block action and walks in untouched for the 6.
All John Jay Mustangs here tonight. Extra point coming. And it is 21-6 with 6:09 to go here in the third. The John Jay Mustangs knocking on the door of a district championship. Still a lot of football left to go there. It's 21-0. We are back at Ferris Stadium, week 9 of Little Caesars Thursday Night Lights. The John Jay Mustangs out in front of Southwest. It's senior night here on a gorgeous night for football. High 60s, just beautiful night for football, and it's been a beautiful night for the Mustangs here on senior night. The celebratory mood, a lot of proud parents here as Garay fields it at the 5, and he's going to be dropped at the 11. And just a really good special teams play there by Christopher Balderas. But I couldn't help but notice just the beaming faces of the mom and dads during the senior night presentation. Always a special time for families. Grandmas and granddads are here, and the stands are pretty full for the John Jay side on senior night. And they're giving everybody reason to celebrate, up 21-0.
And speaking of beams, 6 has been a laser beam all night long.
Yeah, he's quick to the football. So Rushmack's first down, inside handoff to Moxley.
There he is again.
There he is with the tackle.
I'm telling you, man, he's coming with bad intentions. Give me more of those kind of guys.
Just always around the football. Second down and 7. Bunch formation there. And they'll pitch it and run it, and a good gain is going to move the sticks for a Rushmack's first down. All right, during the fourth quarter, remember of tonight's game, we're going to be highlighting that school bus stop of the game presented by NHTSA. Of course, the law in every state requires drivers to always stop for a school bus when the stop arm is out and the red lights are flashing. Paid for by NHTSA. Rushmack's first down for the Dragons. Julius Castillo, running quarterback, goes up the middle. That's Moxley.
Well, Don, to this point, Coach Franco, very prophetic with what he was telling us earlier in the week, which was he felt like the team that was the most clean in this game, the team that had the fewest amount of penalties, the fewest amount of turnovers, would probably be the one that would end up on the positive side on the scoreboard. And Southwest has had a good job moving the ball tonight. They just had a couple of too many turnovers. It's really jammed things up tonight in a lot of ways.
Yeah, just kind of bit him right off the bat, kind of stung him on that opening play. I really admire this offensive line because they are dedicated to running it up in there behind him, and not with a lot of holes that break open. They just push you backwards, and Moxley finds a crease time after time. They're moving the chains behind those big guys up front. We talked about Ty Friesenhahn and Aiden Escobar, that left side. They're both all-district performers, and they're just a physical football team here. Good at it. Flag on the play.
As we're waiting to see what the flag is, you know, I think it's very fascinating to see how much
Delay game.
the football culture.
Defense. Disconcerting signals. 5-yard penalty.
The old
First down.
disconcerting signals.
Whatever that means.
That's when you're when you're the nose tackle and you're yelling out, hut, 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 trying to mess up the offense.
Yeah, but getting back to my earlier point about these two coaches and the ecosystems that they throughout the feeder schools and, of course, these programs.
They have apertures inside these ecosystems?
I'm sure there are, but they're very small apertures.
Well, you've dropped them both tonight, partner.
Okay, so here's
Somebody's
the deal.
been studying this thesaurus.
Do you realize that these two teams, Jay and Southwest, they have 5 games this week going against each other, right?
Yeah.
2 freshman teams going against each other, 2 JV teams going against each other, and of course this one for essentially all the marbles in 14-5A. So
says a lot about participation. Participation is good. If you're playing football, you're not playing hooky. We're back with more after this.
Playing good football too.
Coming up at the end of the game, stick around for the post-game show. We'll hand out our Monarch trophies to both the coach and our MVP. Been with TNL from our very beginning, and they've got everything you need at Monarch Trophy for your business, for your sports teams. You got Little League teams, you need trophies, there you go. You got a business, you need plaques, you need awards. It's 210-344-3777 or mtsawards.com. Oh, what a hit, what a hit, what a hit. The hit of the year by who else? Kyle Jackson. That's either our stop or our collision or whatever you want to call it, but I heard it all the way up here with my headphones on.
So we know he wants to go to MIT. We know he just took his visit up there. I'm just wondering, like, he's better at angles than probably most of us, right? And computing and how to get someplace really quick. And then I don't know if they're going to teach you that at MIT, though. Wow.
He just knocked the football out of somebody who may not want to play anymore. I wouldn't. Inside handoff there. 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter. It'll be third down and about 2. Kyle Jackson, my goodness.
Yeah, this guy's an all-world performer, star in the musical realm as well. Come on, man. Give me some of what you got. Hello, there's another good run. Guy fighting and duking it out.
Moxley's been courageous here tonight, running in behind that big offensive line. He is not afraid of contact.
You see, he's not quitting, and either of the J guys. I mean, look, he's still churning and burning, and he was never down.
4th down, and a good 2. Every bit of 2, maybe 2.5. Southwest will try to beat you at the line of scrimmage. I don't think he got there. He did not. They barely back to the line of scrimmage, and it's Angel Flores who's been really physical tonight. And you see Coach Franco shake his head. I admire him the way he went after him. He's trying to win the line of scrimmage, but he just wasn't going to do it tonight. That was mano-a-mano football.
Yeah, and as we take a look at Flores and the year that he's having as a senior, and these guys on defense, Don, they just don't give up anything. I mean, we're drifting here towards the end of the 3rd quarter, and we still haven't given up a point on TNL this season.
It's a rush max 1st down. Wellington hands inside to Oliver, and he's only got a couple. We'll call it 2nd down and 8. Brennan Oliver, that was the player of the game the last time we had John Jay on Thursday night. He's still a youngster.
John Jay moving some guys around now, too, even up front. They had 54 Braylon Worley in there, and he got the better of the guy that he was matched up against, for sure.
2nd down and 8. He'll go back to Miles Gutierrez, who goes inside and gets maybe a yard. Good job by the Southwest defense to stay at home.
Yeah, the Southwest defense has been pretty darn stingy, too. John Jay has certainly made the most of their opportunities, especially with that man right there, Tajari Wellington. Throwing the football tonight. Had a couple of really nice balls that have gone in the explosive realm. And we just saw what he did with his feet on the last possession as we end the 3rd quarter.
At the end of 21-0, 4th quarter action straight ahead here on the CWSA. Halloween Fall Festival, Halloween week. Chuck, what's your favorite Halloween candy? And it can't be one of the generic ones like Snickers or Reese's.
I'm going to go with Milk Duds.
I like the Milk Dud. Can you still do it with your teeth at your age?
No, I had to give them up decades ago.
Your teeth or Milk Duds?
Well, so which came first, the chicken or the egg, right?
3rd and 7 here for the Mustangs. Little option. Wellington keeps. It'll be 4th down at the 40. They may be in position here with the way their defense is played. Just go ahead and go for it. 4th and 5 from the Southwest 40. Yeah, they got, especially the way he's been slinging it with the accuracy and the percentage of which he completes it.
Yeah, he's still got 20 seconds left on the play clock, so plenty of time to go in and have a chat with your coach. See how you want to play this right here.
He's 5 of 7 on the night for 140 yards and a touchdown. Or run Oliver. Instead, they get a pre-snap false start. That's going to make it a lot tougher. We might see him decide to punt.
Offense, number 3, 5-yard penalty, 4th down.
And he's yelling for the punt team. He's running the whole crew off.
Yeah, it's one of those where you think, 4th and 5, why not? The way our defense is playing, but there's really no sense because of the way your defense is playing. It's an opportunity to run that 4th down play and get a false start. You're not going to get a second chance from the head coach.
He's going to take a penalty. He'll take the delay. Teaching opportunity here. We'll take it with them. It's 21-0 when we come back. We're back. It's the Gautier Formal Dresses Band Cam. Everybody having a great night in this beautiful weather tonight, especially if you're a John Jay Mustang, especially if you're a senior at John Jay, although they're punting it away here as we start the 4th quarter. And a good one inside the 5. It's going to roll down at the 2.5 and put Southwest in even a tougher spot. We're back in 15 seconds.
At Brazilian Top Team San Antonio, our kids and teen classes build more than strength. From anti-bullying to mental resilience, your child becomes part of a community that lifts them up. Sign up today for a free trial class at bttsa.com.
21-0, 10:39 to go. Southwest with the football game. And Chuck, I know you wanted to talk about the great officiating crew out here tonight.
Yeah, no doubt. Matthew Carpenter and his crew, Daryl Scott, Matthew Swanson, Lance, Chris Thompson, John Mays Thompson, and Andrew Garza. Take a look at the first down play. Don, I know you know this. I mean, these officials, the city, the area is not getting any smaller, right? And these football programs, we talked about just the amount of football games going on between Southwest and Jay. A lot of these crews are having to tonight. If you have any interest whatsoever, these officials would love to coach you up and bring you on out on a Thursday, Friday, or Saturday night. Please go to San Antonio Football Officials Association.com. It's a mouthful. San Antonio Football Officials Association.com. and that'll get you on your way. They really love to hear from you, especially if you know anything about the game of football.
Yeah, there's a shortage, and they need your help. Dorian Moxley on the second down carry just gets back to about the 7. It'll be third down and about 7. For the Dragons, who are slowly running out of time.
Yeah, but, you know, Don, they really feel like they're ahead of the curve. I mean, they're really good this year, and, of course, it's sustained excellence at Southwest High School through 3 coaching staffs. But did you hear that right earlier in the game, that's 20 straight years when they punch their ticket to the postseason this year?
Yeah.
Assuming they do?
That's just astonishing.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's another program that could say 20 straight years. Smithson Valley, maybe?
Oh, I mean, it's absolutely
But to
remarkable.
never have a down year, to never miss the playoffs in 20 years?
No, and you know, talking to Coach Franco this week, he says it's just been, he's just kind of kept the ball rolling here, but, you know, really, to his humility, was underselling what he's done. I mean, he said, look, our number one goal is our work ethic. We are going to play fast. We're going to play old school style football. So their coaches work extremely hard during the offseason, and he said, you know,
delay game. Offense. Half the distance to the goal.
This is going to be an interesting penalty because it shortens the distance between the snap and the punter, who's already on the very, very back in line.
But he said, yeah, that once you establish the success, then the rest kind of takes care of itself because the young guys all want to be a part of it at every age.
Everybody wants to be part of a winning program. This one's scooped up, and look out. This has potential to go the distance. Touchdown, John Jay. Jaden Cassiano making another play. He's done it on defense. He's done it on offense. He's done it on special teams.
Well, Jay's special teams really probably the difference in this ball game tonight. They came, and here in the fourth quarter, there's some broken field running, and look at the vision right here, Don. Right there, he saw he had that little gap or that aperture, and whap, he goes right up there and scores.
Cassiano making plays. Remember, he had the strip and the recovery. And now this. 28-0, John Jay. Welcome back to Ferris Stadium. The Mustangs in a sell mood because of that man right there, Jaden Cassiano, coming up with another big play. He's got a fumble with cause. He's got a fumble recovery. He's got a punt return for a touchdown.
How much fun is this series going to be as we move forward when we talk about some of these special athletes that are just sophomores at these two programs? I mean, 10 and 13 have been ball games for Jay. We already talked about a couple of the sophomores, too, for Southwest. This is going to be even more fun than it is tonight.
Rosas will kick it off. It'll be fair caught. And we're back in 15 seconds.
At Brazilian Top Team San Antonio, our kids and teen classes build more than strength. From anti-bullying to mental resilience, your child becomes part of a community. Today for a free trial class at bttsa.com.
28-0 our score. Southwest running out of chances. It's first down and 10 for the Dragons on their own 25-yard line. It's a mega furniture first down as we're in the fourth quarter here at Ferris Stadium. 7:58 to play. Runs Voss and throws it to him out there in the flat, but the J. I'd say incomplete pass there. So it was a forward pass. I don't know. I think that ball may have been caught and fumbled.
Possession either
True
way,
that.
but yeah, it sure looked like that. I'll tell you what, these J guys are flying around. I mean, you better hold on to your hat if you receive that football, because they're coming not only to get you, but probably try to poke it out as well.
2nd and 10. Counter the other way. And again, the J defense staying at home. And I tell you what, I mean, there's a lot of guys to talk about when it comes to Jay, but Angel Flores has been a physical force for that J defense tonight.
Yeah, I'm with you. I mean, I like the way 6 is played. I like the way 8 is played.
24, of course.
Oh, yeah. It's a pretty stout defense, and they're really playing well together, and this has just been the refrain all season long. They just don't give you anything.
They're pitching another shutout here tonight. Throw that one into the flat, and that's incomplete.
Well, 10's not only going to hit you for home run balls on the offensive end, he's going to ring your bell on defense too.
And you got to like the intensity with which they do it. Angel Flores saying, no, sir. He got it in the face and turned around and celebrated the incompletion.
You want to play high school football? Yeah, hard pass for me, old friend.
So they'll punt it away again. Cassiano, who returned the last one, is going to let it bounce. And they'll down it inside the 40 to the 38-yard line. That's where the Mustangs will have it. 6:47 to go in the fourth quarter here at Ferris Stadium.
This is the School Bus Stop of the Game, presented by NHTSA. Always remember to stop when the school bus arm is out.
Here's your stop of the game. It's Cassianos, who had that punt return. He's got the strip and the scoop. And that is our NHTSA stop of the game. Always stop for a school bus when the stop arm is out and the red lights are flashing. Not stopping or trying to beat the stop arm puts lives at risk and can result in large fines, points on your license, or license suspension. Message paid for by NHTSA. It's Mega Furniture first down for the John Jay Mustangs, who I'm sure will be very happy to run clock on this drive and watch that play clock and the game clock tick away up 28-0.
Yeah, Oliver
hurdle.
Yeah, can run track if he wants.
He just might. He's a special athlete. We saw that in the South Sand game.
Sophomore.
Just
13, sophomore. 10, sophomore.
Yeah, and Southwest is in a similar situation.
Right. Yeah, good luck with all that, 14-5A. Having to get up against those guys.
2nd and 7. Tight running formation here. Southwest knowing it. Coming off the edge and make a tackle. It was 11. Good play there by Austin Diggs. And I thought I saw him really kicking his legs at the end of that play. Was signaling some sort of injury. He was in pain right off the get-go. And it is Austin Diggs who's the injured Dragon. Getting up, though. Gonna shake it off.
Yeah, tough hombre. He's been quite the busy character tonight as well. Played well.
And he may have a shoulder. He's clutching that left shoulder as Gutierrez implores his team to finish the job here tonight. Jay just content to watch that play clock tick down inside 5 from here on out. 3rd down and 8. They want to convert this, though. They're going to throw it deep. Got a man down there. It's Gutierrez, and Gutierrez was going to make the catch until he ran into the official out of bounds.
Yeah, ran him a little too far up the sideline, but a great job by Tajari Wellington stepping up and throwing the deep ball on the run, but equally as good defense there on the back end. So we take another look.
Oh, yeah, he was saying, Gutierrez was saying, look at the screen, look at the video board I was interfered with, and Means did get there early, but he was out of bounds. Wasn't going to happen. Was not going to be catchable inbounds.
Yeah, well said. I'm with you on that one.
So it's 4th down. Gary Gutierrez is going to take a timeout, and we're back in 15 seconds.
At Brazilian Top Team San Antonio, our kids and teen classes build more than strength. From anti-bullying to mental resilience, your child becomes part of a community that lifts them up. Sign up today for a free trial class at bttsa.com.
Welcome back. It's our Gautier Formal Dresses Band Cam. The John Jay Band didn't get to perform tonight because it was senior night, but they're getting to perform while being in the stands. And they sound great.
Yeah, both bands were outstanding. I was kind of hoping we get to do this game as much as I like Ferris Stadium, but that Southwest Stadium ain't no joke, dude. Place is nice.
Always love going down to the Dragon Bowl.
They got that press box all spiffy. That might be one of the better stadiums in the entire state.
Yep, they've invested a lot. Got a lot of football on this weekend. State and Ohio State, #1 team in the country, Saturday at 11, followed by the Red Raiders. Some Big 12 action at Kansas State. Louisville and Virginia Tech's playing on the CWSA Saturday afternoon. On News 4, we've got Big 10 football Saturday night, USC and Nebraska. It's weird saying that USC's in the Big 10. And on Sunday, the Texans play at noon. Cowboys are on a bye until Monday. Mega Furniture first down. And on Sunday night football on NBC and News 4, it's the Seahawks and the Commanders. A couple of San Antonio connections there. Tyreek Woolen from UTSA playing corner for the Seahawks. Cliff Kingsbury from New Braunfels calling plays for the Commanders. .24 to go here in the final period. It's been all John Jay tonight. The Mustangs now have their sights set on a district title.
Yeah, we still got another week to play, but we talked about the importance of this one. I mean, these two teams have had a whale of a season. Southwest got a little help last week when Legacy stubbed their toe a little bit, gave them the opportunity here tonight. But again, I mean, just invaluable experience for this young team to get to play in these big ball games.
Jay will have to beat the Southside Cardinals next week to clinch the district outright. Now, here's the thing. Southside's the team that upset Legacy. Fumble. Jay's got it. Guess who? Angel Flores. And the big fella recovers. Man, Flores has been all over the place tonight.
Man, he really has been. Flores the senior, and he cannot be blocked.
He plays with such intensity, man.
And you see the first thing he does is he's going for the ball. I mean, he knows he's back there in time to make a tackle, but before I do that, let's see if I can punch one out.
While Darius Cook on the recovery, it's a Mega Furniture first down. And look at Flores. He is still just absolutely geeked. Wellington going to put it in the air. Going to take the shot. Got a man. Castellanos, touchdown.
Mr. Efficiency is back again.
Castellanos has his second touchdown of the night. He's got a reception touchdown. He's got a punt return touchdown. He's got a strip cause, and he's got a recovery. And this young man, Tajari Wellington, putting it right on top of him.
How are we going to come up with a player of the game?
We got Flores, we got Castellanos, and we got Wellington. I don't know if we can clone the trophy, but we probably should.
Yeah, this one here tonight, for sure. It just doesn't matter whether it's in the air or on the ground. Wellington's going to find a way, and 13's going to find a way no matter what he's doing. Special teams, offense, defense. Got some studs here tonight showing out.
And if you're thinking, why run up the score? Well, here's the deal. If John Jay were to lose to Southside, which could very well happen because Southside, as I said, knocked off Legacy, and Legacy's the team that beat both of these teams, then you go to those three-way tiebreakers. And when you go to those three-way tiebreakers, it's head-to-head, and then it's points for. And so if you've got 35-0 on as one of your points for, it puts you in a much better position to win a tiebreaker. So that's why you just keep playing. You never know. Coaches understand it. There no hurt feelings. John Jay to kick it off. It's Irvin Rosas, who's been a busy man tonight. And it is now time for our collision of the game, brought to you by Alamo Heights Collision Experts. And it's this one. I heard it all the way up here. Kyle Jackson. That linebacking crew tonight of Jackson and Flores for the John Jay Mustangs, and that is our collision experts of Alamo Heights collision of the game. Southwest will run it straight up the middle.
Hello.
And still going is that big fullback. And he's still on his feet inside the 40. How did he get through there? Blaine Cheshire. There's a flag down. I think they're going to tack on some additional yardage.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense. 15 yards out to the end of the run. Automatic first down.
And it's a face mask on the Mustangs at the end of this one, or right there in that scrum. Right there. Didn't bother Cheshire. He kept going. Cassiano's the man to bring him down.
Yeah, I mean, it's so great to see somebody balling out, right? It's 35-0. You got nothing going on in terms of being able to finish a drive, and 41 still fighting to the bitter end. So are his buddies.
Dorian Moxley, some tough running in between the tackles into the absolute power red zone.
Dorian Moxley on the carry.
Then it's if they said, okay, you guys want to throw a deep ball on us to make it 35-0, take this. Bring in the fight. Everybody's playing for next week as well, and the playoffs. They go to that big fullback Cheshire again, and they really rely on those big guys up front, man. They trust them to just move the pile forward.
And John Jay working in some other players here on defense as we wind down the rest of the game, but what a performance by that defense overall tonight. And Southwest trying to finish this one off on a positive note. Get something going before the end of the ball game.
And you know Flores and that crew do not want to give up points, and they just did. Touchdown Southwest. They were not going to be shut out. They had a point to prove, and they did it. Ryan Gary, the junior, punching it in, and that was an impressive physical drive by that offensive line of the Southwest Dragons.
That's what they're all about, right? Got some guys that can tote the rock, and oh man, look at some of the pushing going on up front by those big fellas on the Southwest Dragons.
Ty Friesenhahn had his man on skates. I don't know if we can get another look at that. We'll look at it when we come back. It's 35-7. The Dragons are on the board. Guerre with the touchdown with 2:27 to go makes it 35-7 as we near the finish here at Ferris Stadium. Little pooch kickoff by the Dragons. And Jay can return this. That's Oliver. He's dangerous. Coming the other way and tackled down there short. Here's another look at that touchdown. I want you to watch the left-hand side of your screen, 66. And just watch him put his man on skates at the 5 and push him all the way onto his back 2 yards deep. That's Ty Friesenhahn, who just bully balled those Dragons into the end zone on that play. It's a Mega Furniture first down here as the Mustangs will run out the clock. We'll have one more timeout at the 2-minute. We've got some of the backups in for the John Jay offense. Guys getting some experience. Here's some of the All-Stars that will be playing in our San Antonio Sports All-Star Game presented by Valero on January the 10th at the Alamo Dome. That's the big weekend for the All-American Bowl. Kyle Jackson's on the squad from Jay. Friesenhahn, number 66 that I just showed you that play. And Jonathan Guerreros Villa is a defensive lineman for Southwest. They'll all be participating, as will this Southwest coaching staff, as Coach Franco is the coach for one of the teams. We're at the 2-minute timeout. And it is time for our play of the night. South Texas Family Medicine and Urgent Care. And it's the coach's son, Miles Gutierrez, on that little bubble screen that he turned into a game breaker. Switches hands, off to the races. Oliver runs some interference for him. And it's touchdown Mustangs. That made it 14-0, and it kind of broke it open for John Jay at that point. Gutierrez in at quarterback now, making the play of the night as a receiver. He's their backup quarterback. He's going to be playing this position like his big brother did, who is now at the U.S. Naval Academy. Miles, a sophomore, is going to assume that position over the next couple of years. Coach's son, great athlete. And they're getting him some snaps here as the John Jay Mustangs get ready for the second season, the playoffs, depending on what happens next week as far as clinching that district championship outright with a win over the Southside Cardinals. Got to snap it a couple of more times here. They'll take a delay a game here. As two of the big boys still undefeated, and that's Harlan and Johnson. Smithson Valley, defending state champs, back in at 7-1 at number 3. Brennan's number 4. And Steele rounds out the top 5. The bottom 5, pretty much the same as last week, with a couple of changes. Brandeis in there at number 10 this week, as Jay will now run it out. And it's a fumble. And it's recovered by Southwest. I thought that ball could have come loose, and sure enough it did. And so we're not finished yet. Good job by the Southwest defender to reach his hand in there and knock it out. That was number 20, Diego Acevedo. So if you're Southwest, you're a little motivated after they made it 35-0 to get on the board again. I wouldn't be surprised if they run it straight ahead again with that offensive line that just loves to move people. And they do. And it goes only for about a yard or two.
Second and 6.
Second down and 6. And stopped short of the marker. Clock will continue to run.
Aiden Martin, the ball carrier, stopped by Jonathan
Southwest
Garcia.
wants to keep going. 3rd and 1. They'll run it again. They've got some backups in, but they're still running effectively behind that big offensive line. It's a Mega Furniture first down.
First down for
And
the
they're going to try to get one more snap off. And they do. And that'll do it. The John Jay Mustangs in a critical matchup between 5-1 teams in district play come out the victors tonight in deciding fashion and are now in the driver's seat for the District 14 5A Division I championship. And when we come back, Chuck Mickeltinick will hand out the Monarch trophies to Coach Gary Gutierrez and his victorious John Jay Mustangs.
Tonight's broadcast of Thursday Night Lights is sponsored by Little Caesars, the Gomez Law Firm, Beluga Air, DH Plumbing, Rushmax, Mega Furniture, San Antonio Sports, Valero, Absolute Power Electrical Contractors, Christus Children's, Nitsa, Gautier Formal Dresses, The Good Feet Store, Collision Experts of Alamo Heights, South Texas Family Medicine and Urgent Care, TELUS Equipment, Ideal Precision Roofing, Brazilian Top Team, and Monarch Trophy Studio. Welcome to the Little Caesars Thursday Night Lights postgame show, presented by the Gomez Law Firm.
35-7, our final. Chuck is with the champs. Chuck.
Yeah, Don, you know, this is probably the hardest part of the job tonight, watching this barn burner start to finish, is picking a player of the game, right? What a performance by all of you John Jay Mustangs to now have the inside track to the district title in 14-5A. Well done, fellas. All right, first let's give a couple shout-outs from the defense. We're 6. I like the way you play. How about 8? How about 13? How about 24? Man, we go on and on. We got sophomores, we got juniors, we got everybody can. Where are you at? 10 playmakers. You faster than your brother? Oh, there you go. All right. We got the good folks from Little Caesars here. We got all of our friends from Monarch Trophy here. But our player of the game is the star quarterback, Tajari Wellington. Tajari, first of all, can you tell us about your night? Well, before we talk about your night, talk about how important it was for you guys to come out and get right off the bat a humongous play from your special teams.
It was super important, you know. Against a team like Southwest with this much hype, it's always good to get an upper edge like early on in the game. So it really helped us out a lot punching in that first drive.
Yeah, you guys get the ball, you score right away. And, you know, I was fascinated looking at your stats coming into the game. You're completing 70% of your balls tonight. You had 2 in the air tonight, 168 yards. You had 1 on the ground. Would you like to throw it every single time?
Oh, hey, if my coach doesn't say stop when you run the ball, I throw it every play. But, you know, we have a good run game, so I trust it a lot, and it opens up for the pass like at the end of the game.
Could you guys have envisioned this kind of performance, given the magnitude of this game and given how good a football team Southwest is on the other side?
Oh, yes, sir. But as soon as we found out they lost, we knew we were coming to work every day, Monday through Wednesday. We just knew that all the work we put in would come out for this moment.
How much growth has this team made from beginning of the year to now, and to put yourself into this prime position if you guys can find a way to win next week?
Yeah, we've grown so much, you know, from our first scrimmages. You know, we were a little shaky, you know, a little young, so we were getting more experience coming up, and then now we're peaking. Well, we're playing good football. We're just cleaning up little mistakes, and we feel real good.
Congratulations, young man. Heck of a performance. It was nice meeting you before the game, too. Appreciate it. Coach Gutierrez, you have a couple of moments of your time, sir? Oh, Gary, twice on TNL this season, and we didn't know if you guys were ever going to give up a single point on defense. Can we start there and what you guys have done defensively, not just on TNL this year, but overall, the way you guys swarmed the ball, the way you're so stingy? I mean, man, you really got those guys flying around back there.
Well, I think you said it earlier. I think that we've progressed every week, getting better and getting more familiar with what we're asking them to do. And, you know, we really have simplified some things. I think our defensive coaches have done a great job of preparing our kids and the game planning and things like that on the weekends. So it's a collective effort, and really proud of everybody.
Could you have envisioned a game like this? I mean, I thought it was going to be a dogfight to the end, and you guys came out right off the jump and really asserted your.
I feel like, there's always potential for that. And so when you prepare well, I thought we prepared well, had a good week of practice. And so, you always want a good game. They're a good program, good team. And we just came out on top. We were fortunate enough to play. We'll have some things go our way with the early turnover and things like that. So just proud of our kids. This is a community win, and, real proud of everybody.
All right, so you got another ball game next week. Obviously, you guys are now in the driver's seat in your league. What are you expecting as you look ahead?
Well, we're going to enjoy this one. We're not even going to look ahead right now. We're going to enjoy this one, and then we'll worry about the next one when we get there.
All right, congratulations, Coach Gutierrez. Fine performance by your John Jay Mustangs, and sitting on top, Don, in 14-5A. Oh,
All
wait,
right.
we have the team trophy to give away. How could I possibly forgotten that? Gentlemen, well-earned, Little Caesars Pizza, our proud sponsor, Pizza. Let it rip. Let's see how they take you down.
They're going to party with the Caesar guys. That's awesome. We'll be back to wrap it up right after this.
Little Caesars Thursday Night Lights, presented by the Gomez Law Firm.
The John Jay Mustangs victorious tonight over Southwest 35-7. Coming into the night, we told you that it was for the supremacy of District 14 5A. Both teams with just one loss, and the winner tonight would be set up for a district championship. That is now the John Jay Mustangs. They got going on the first offensive play of the game after a special teams turnover on the opening kickoff. It was Brennan Oliver with the touchdown to make it 7-0. The coach's son, Miles Gutierrez, who will one day play quarterback here, playing wide receiver tonight, he made this game breaker before halftime, and it was 14-0. It ended up being 35-0 before Southwest got on the board. Tajari Wellington, our player of the game, going deep with a couple of nice passes. As Chuck said, he was 70% throwing the football tonight, doing it with his legs here to go up. And then before this thing was over with, Southwest showed some real resolve to never say die and get in the end zone to avoid the shutout. But it's John Jay who is celebrating on senior night here at Ferris Stadium as they stay at the top of the standings. As we take a look at our final statistics, Southwest had 166 yards rushing, almost twice that of Jay, but they lose because of the passing yardage and because of the penalties and such. Pretty even game, but also some major turnovers and big plays for those John Jay Mustangs. Next week, we've got the Reagan Rattlers and Brandeis, the Broncos on TNL, and that'll be Week 10, our final regular season game of the year. The executive producer of Little Caesars Thursday Night Lights is Dean Radla. Our director is Brian Watts with his crew of outstanding cameramen and all the guys in the truck. The producer is Chris Kaufas, the extraordinarily talented one. It's his show. We're just living in it. For Chuck Mikatinik, Alondra Luna on the sidelines, and as always, Nick Funky Cole Medina on statistics here in the booth. We'll see you next week on Little Caesar Thursday Night Lights. All right, brother. Touchdown. Brandeis is on the board. Noah Logston just would not be denied.
It's a blessing and a dream, man. Ever since we was kids, we were sitting in the stands, 7th grade, and now we're here now, man.
Scrambling for his life, being chased, has the corner, and goes over the top. Well done, young man. Slant to Harrell. He's got Tony. Tony's got the corner, and you're not going to catch it. Ben Tony's second touchdown of the game. And just like that, the Patriots go back in front. Glass fakes and flips the reverse. It's a reverse pass, and it's caught for a touchdown. Melvin Kahn.
Yeah, really good design. Everybody biting.